Well, perfect time for a movie. You know, we got a little drizzle out there. It's a good time to go to the movies. But are there good movies to see? That's the big question. Josh Bell here with the Bell Breakdown, our film critic, to talk about two new movies out. One of them starring Bryan Cranston and Kevin Hart, who's been very controversial lately.
He has indeed.
So how's the movie is the big question.
I will say not controversial,
Okay.
I don't think. This movie, The Upside, it's a very heartwarming, inspirational kind of dramedy. It's a different role for Kevin Hart. There's a lot of comedy in this movie, but it's a bit toned down from what he normally does. It's actually a remake of a French movie from a few years ago that was very, very popular called The Intouchables, and it takes the same story. Bryan Cranston plays a very, very wealthy man who is quadriplegic, and he's kind of cranky, you know, has lost touch with the joy of life, as one might if you're confined to a wheelchair after an injury.
Right.
And Kevin Hart is this ex-con, and he's trying to get his life together, and he ends up being hired as the caretaker for Bryan Cranston's character. So it's this kind of odd couple buddy comedy. You know, he teaches Bryan Cranston to loosen up, and Bryan Cranston helps him get his life back on track and teaches him to appreciate opera, and he teaches Bryan Cranston to appreciate Aretha Franklin. And
Seems nice,
you can see where it's going. It is a very, it's very nice. Everything here is meant to be very pleasant, but it also felt to me very, very phony.
Okay.
It's very predictable and manipulative and contrived. It's got some crazy comedy moments that you need from Kevin Hart, or maybe they felt that they needed from Kevin Hart, that are kind of shoehorned in. There's some chemistry and charisma between these two actors, and that carries bits of it, but I think overall it's a forgettable January kind of. That's what we're stuck with this time of year, is these throwaway movies that have been floating around for a while and the studios are finally putting out. So maybe less controversial than what Kevin Hart's been dealing with in the public eye, but probably not quite worth going to the theater for.
Okay, it's a little Hallmark movie-ish?
A little Hallmark movie-ish,
Okay.
maybe a little edgier than a Hallmark movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, some people like that.
That's
I guess.
true, yes.
Mostly when you can watch it at home, though, right?
Right, right.
All right, let's talk about this next one. A Dog's Way Home. How is this? Family friendly? That's always good, right?
It is
'Cause
family
mom,
friendly.
dad,
Yeah,
the kids
yeah.
can go.
You could take everyone to this, although I wouldn't really recommend it. And this is even more Hallmark. We've got a lot of inspirational, uplifting, or efforts to do that this week. So this is from the creators of A Dog's Purpose, which people may have remembered. And it's a similar style in that we've got a dog, and you hear the dog's thoughts in a voiceover, this time from Bryce Dallas Howard, who gives a really kind of annoying, cutesy performance as the dog. And the dog is a little dim, and not just in a dog way. I kind of was annoyed with the dog by the end of this movie. But the dog, as you can see there, it kind of runs off and gets lost and has to find its way back home, and along the way has all sorts of adventures that were really not very interesting. There's a long stretch where it befriends a cougar that's like terrible CGI.
Like an older woman or a cougar?
No, no, no.
Okay,
It's an animal created via CGI. So you've got the real dog interacting with the CGI cougar, and it really doesn't work. It's like a really long version of one of those YouTube videos about unlikely animal friends. And I think you probably just watch one of those instead. If you're a dog lover, there's some cute dog moments here, but the story really drags on, and the dog takes way too long to get home.
It does look, even just from looking at that, it does look a little on the cheese side.
There's a lot of cheese here. A lot of cheese in both of these movies, but even more so in the dog movie.
Okay, got it. So not the best movies out there, but if you just want to go chill, eat some popcorn,
yeah,
maybe.
There's other good stuff going on.
There is.
See Spider-Man or Bumblebee. Those are fun. Both family-friendly movies. Better choices than these, probably.
True. All right, Josh, thanks so much. That's the
Thank
Bell
you.
Breakdown. And it's the first of the new year, so
It
Happy
is.
New Year.
To you, too.
All right, stay with us. We're back after this.